All right, we are live, ready to go. Let's go ahead and throw these links in the Discord. I think what I should do is we're not going to worry about the lamp thing. I don't even know if I fixed that yesterday. It does not matter since we're not keeping it anyway. Instead, what we're going to do is we are going to work on a lot more building components. Subscribe to earn drops. What is this? It's in my Streamlabs. Let's make sure I'm still logged in. Okay, perfect. So right now we have, ceilings, walls. We got some stairways. We got doorways. We can do, upper levels because of this. But we don't have windows. We don't have railings. We don't have doors. Although I might use them as items instead. Asteron, what's up? We also don't have any other type of foundation. So right now you can only do square foundations. Fort Day, yes indeed. Actually more like Rust when it comes to the building side of things. I want to do triangle foundations, which we're going to be able to add in there. They're going to be triangles with the same side length as the squares, which we just need to figure out how exactly to pull that off accurately. It shouldn't be too hard, but right, and we also need windows, which windows can be pretty easy. That's just going to be a wall, just like the doorway is, with some slats missing. We could also do things like connections for doors when you actually put a door there. Or in the doorway scene, we could make it where it's like you just already have a door. And you don't place one. We also need angled roofs. Forest sounds. These need to be... Okay, I think that this should loop now. Door component builds the wall around it as well, then you only care about door types. Yeah, I'm trying to think, because I could do it like Rust, where you just have a door frame, like this, and then you just place a door there. And then I can make as many door types as I want, you know, as far as materials. And then I could have a wall frame, like a double door frame, which is basically just looking at Rust's system and ripping it off. But it is a good system. But I'm not going to worry about doors and stuff yet. I think one thing we do want to do we can duplicate this wood window. Now this is a wall. We're going to detach this, add a new one. Scripts, classes. Window. It extends wall. Class, name. Window. Oh, we can't do that. Window frame. Okay. Okay, that's pretty good. We have an ad starting in 2.5 minutes, just a heads up. We're going to duplicate this. Call it wood window preview. Go to the player. Or actually, first, let's change all the materials. This needs to be wood window preview. This one here. Oh, this doesn't need static body. Doesn't need any of the connections or the animation player. Detach this. We need to attach. Hey, Renegade, what's up? Control click all. Oh, true. I probably could do that with the, because they all have the same stuff anyway. Yeah. Good call. Which I'm going to be adding more components today, so that'll save me some time. We are going to attach classes base preview. Wood window doesn't need to be rotated. Perfect. Now we can go to here. This needs to be called wood window. 2D, you can do that kind of stuff. Yeah, you can in 3D. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, no worries. Okay. Go to our player, build preview. We need wood window preview. Then we go here. Window. Wood. Window preview. Okay, that's good. Finished a Udemy Godot tutorial and uploaded my game on itch.io. A Flappy Bird clone. Had fun. Nice. That's good. That's good learning right there. Making clones is a good way to learn. Another good way to do it is to do a tutorial and then try to build the same thing without looking at the tutorial. Or even just like a little piece of it. Like a movement system, those types of things. Okay. Now here, build UI. We put that there. Duplicate this, call this window. Put the text as window. We have icons too that we could use. Go build UI, connect. Okay, our UI is now there. Build preview should be good. Now on the hammer side, we go component. We do this. Component equals window. We will have to change this depending on the material type, but we can always do like a material. So if it's wall, then we will check what material, or we'll just pass a material in there. So it could be, or no, because we start with wood and then we upgrade. Now we do var. Wood window. Okay, so if component is window, say Oh, wait. Now, I think all of these things, all of these connections, stairway, wall. Okay. So as long as it is a wall. Okay, so I can go back to my hammer. Or I can go to my wood window. Well, let's see what breaks first. That's the next step. I was able to speed run 14 hours into my uni homework, so I'm good for a few more days of chilling. Nice. Okay, window. Okay, right now it doesn't connect. Is it our item detect? No, it's not that. Main player. Let's go back to our build preview. Okay, we have this here. Oh. Okay, right now it's looking at those front floor connection. Which means in our build UI, on window pressed, update active, wood window. Oh, interesting. This needs to be window. Nice. Let's try a wall and a ceiling and... Oh. Okay. We now have that. Does it work now? Sometimes it's just weird with these connections. Oh. So now it connects there. So something... Oh, it's just doing whatever was last. That's right. We need to do this. Ah, right here. Okay. Okay, let's give it a shot. I might not even have to do build animations. Oh, okay. Curd, what's up? How you doing? Okay, so we still can't place this. What happens if I go to a window again? Okay, it locks. Try to do a window. Can't do it. Which means our hammer, maybe something is going wrong. Oh, actually, you know what? I do know what's going wrong. We got this right here. See, this is the thing. Every time I add a component, I've got to do all of these things. And it's just a bit too much. We should rework it into a much better system. Okay, we do wall, 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 doorway, and window. Nice. Now, does it have deconstruct? Okay. That actually works fine as it is. These things don't move in, but that's fine. Nice, we have windows. Oh, interesting. Oh, it's because it's a doorway. Which I do want to take... I want to make it so you can crouch through these. We'll see how it looks. It's looking really cool. How long did it take you to build this building system? I've been working... I'd kind of already known how I was going to do it, so that's helped a bit. But I don't know. Maybe on the build system itself, maybe like a week, maybe 8 or 9 days or something. Something like that. Okay, so you cannot get through it right now. You have to crouch, which is fine. We don't have crouching in the game as it stands, but... Currently, I just have these ceiling lamps in here as part of the build system, just so you can see inside, because otherwise it's annoying. But, like I said, I will add it where you can, where you place them and they're not, like, considered a building component. Okay. Oh. Did I just swing? Oh, yeah. If you swing... It keeps the hitbox active. I just realized that. I'll have to fix my hurtbox system at some point here. But right now, it's honestly not that bad. Oh, I should add a ceiling attachment to the stairway. Let's see, this is 1, 2, and then 1, 2. I think that's correct. I might only ever have to do that. Let's see here. Nice. Now let's see if it works if I build foundations off of this. Do a stairway. Rotate it. Okay. Oh, nice. It just works. Perfect. Now we have our modern art piece here. Really like the building and deconstruction animation. Thanks, man. Yeah, these are all literally just CSG boxes in Godot, and then I'm just animating their movement to like have them kind of go together. Currently trying to build something similar in 2D, and this is such a pain to make it work well. It's kind of tough. In my system here, what I have currently, I'll show you. So we have these things called connections, which have a hitbox. And then on the player, I have something that just is another hitbox called item detect. And it just sticks out and it detects if there's one of those connection hitboxes there. And then it says, oh, this is the one we're focusing on. But if I go to visible collision shapes and play it out for you here. So you can see this like square thing in the center of the screen. That's the item detect / building detection hitbox. But if I add a foundation, switch to my axe real quick. You can see all of these cubes. These are all connection points. So there's one in the center. That one allows for stairways and for destroying the thing. So if I go to deconstruct, I can deconstruct it. I can then go back to foundation, place one. And then you can see these ones close to the edge. That's for a wall. Now there's a lot of overlap. So then you start running into things like, oh, well now if I place another foundation right here, another one right here, another one right here. There's like a bunch of connections here. They're all overlapping. So then we just check, basically every time you select a new building component, we disable all the connections that don't allow for it. So you can't put a wall in the center of a foundation. So when you switch to a wall, it tells all of the center pieces to just turn off. You can only place it on the edge of one. So these are the only ones that are turned on. We just have a thing called accept walls, basically. And if it's true, then you monitor. If not, you don't monitor for anything. You still get overlaps because there's two foundations here, both with the same connection here. And I'm just disabling one at random right now, where it's like, or not at random, it's basically like if their ID is greater than the other one's ID. So it just chooses one to enable. That way you don't have weird things where you're fighting over the same space. But you can see how many connections now pop up. Like right here we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Like there's connections everywhere. So it does get kind of crazy. But we're just enabling them and disabling them. And then when we spawn them in, we're just spawning them exactly where the connection is. So like this right here. Can I put a stairway here? Yeah. it's putting it right there, and the origin of the scene is exactly placed where that connection is. But it gets very busy very fast when you have debug shapes on. Like, there are a ton of connections. Every time you select a new building item, you send a signal to everything to check if there are overlapping connections. It's kind of like that. Basically, I'll show you the connection code. So we have connection and connection hitbox. Connection hitbox is just an area 3D. We have this enabled thing, and then we also have on the connection hitbox whether or not it's monitoring, which is just any area 3D has that. So I have these exported variables: accepts ceiling, accepts foundation, accepts walls. So basically, does it accept these things? These ones are set to false. These should also be set to false. I just haven't done that yet because I think I might have to go back through and like check things. I don't know. But then when I get to a connection on like a ceiling, and I go right here and it has them all here, and I can just check which one. Like this right floor connection should only accept ceilings on the wood ceiling because that's where you spawn ceilings. Back to here, we say handle update connections. We do this where we run handle update connections. So that's our signal. And then it runs through and it just matches. All right, are we building walls? And if we are building a wall, then check if we accept a wall on every single connection. And if we do, then set our monitor to true, else set it to false. Set monitor literally just turns off monitoring and monitorable to be true or false. Mars, what's up? Which is annoying because then every single time I have to go through, and every time I'm adding a component, this system is not structured well right now. Every time I add a component, I got to do this, blah, 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 blah. You know, like, I should actually just set this real quick to everything else I think I'm going to have. Let me look at the player. Tease, what's up? Just another day in paradise. Perfect. Okay, we have foundation, ceiling lamp, destroy, angled roof. Triangle foundation. Triangle ceiling. Double doorway. Hello there, friend. I just learned Twitch has software streamers. Now I have someone to work with. Hey, there we go. Yeah, it's kind of nice, like, having a game dev stream or something like that going in the background when you're doing work. Okay. Ceiling lamp will be removed at some point. Working through game dev TV's Godot tutorial. Nice. Caveman crafting, what's up? Could you not add a custom attribute to the variable to trigger it? Sorry from Unity Land. Or maybe different interfaces that represent the conditional features. I'm sure there's like 18 different better ways I could do it. This is just how I prototyped it initially because it was simple then. As I add more things and try to scale it, it's going to be a lot harder. But right now, I just want to get it working and then we'll go back through and figure it out. I do love my connection system. It works actually really well with the signals of just disabling the ones that aren't important and then re-enabling. It's just when you get to things like this right here, where I've got a match statement that has like every single condition, I'll just pass something through At some point, but I'll figure it out. Set monitor. You can change the set monitor to one function basically, but I think I'm doing something similar with having connections. But unlike you, I'm operating on only foundation and a wall because of 2D. You need to implement disabling overlapping connections too. Yeah, so it's kind of worked out where I haven't ran into really any issues with it yet. Except for in this very specific case that will be removed. Right now it's I have a ceiling lamp in there that's not actually going to be a building component. But just for right now, because I haven't built the placeable item system yet, I have a ceiling lamp. Just so I can have some light indoors. But literally right now, I have on area entered, and then we check if it's a connection hitbox. And then we just check if the area instance ID is less than the self ID, then we disable our connection. So it's just picking whichever one is like, I guess, oldest or whatever it is. They all have different IDs. We're picking one of them and disabling it. And then on area exited, if it is a connection hitbox, then we just re-enable our connection because we probably destroyed something and now that connection needs to be re-enabled. Kurt, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Single hubs, game manager. Oh, are you talking like singletons, something with that? Or signal hubs, game manager? Oh, yeah. Like I could have a signal, global signal sort of deal. But that's what I'm doing in the end, pretty much. Script you throw in the globals. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, like I have that for my DS global for my inventory system. For like random functions to grab things from the inventory. Now, what was I going to do? Oh, I was building out my build components. Okay, on this one, ooh, this is actually going to be an interesting one. Let's grab this, put it up by the other foundation. Let's go to our global. See, like, this is obviously just not ideal. Nice. Now we have these. Okay. Double doorway. Is it okay to have many global scripts, or it doesn't matter? I mean, you can have kind of as many as you need. You can split them up. Right now, mine, once again, prototype me just decides to have random things split into places that they don't need to be, and that is not good. But if you keep them separated and have them handle different things, that's good. Okay, triangle foundation. This is what I need to know. So if I have a square, and then I have the same length triangle, do I run into a situation where I'm trying to place this connection right here, but the origin of my triangle thing is actually right there? Do I need to have a separate connection that's just for triangles? Because if you build off of a triangle, you need to have it placed in the right spot. I guess the way that we do this is we just try it. So if the length is 4, that means our each side of the triangle needs to be 4. We know that this is length 4 and that this is length 4. Let's take all of these middle ones. So 2 to 7. I'm just going to delete these. Take that, go to 7. We are going to rotate it at a 45. Is that how you want it? No, it can't be 45, right? It needs to be a 60-degree angle. Okay. Negative 60. Wait. Does that make any sense? No, every angle needs to be 60, which means... Shoot, now I'm trying to think. because this is rotating it by 60 around a different angle. Keep them separated like the latest fashion, like spreading disease. True. Quarantine those global scripts. So I need this to be 60 degrees. This is 90. So what happens if I do negative 30? Okay, I think that's correct. Then on this one, do rotation 30. Yeah. Now, that means that our origin is different, which means that we need to move the whole thing. This needs to be set right there. So x1. This thing needs to be -1. So now both points come to the same spot. Okay, so this is a triangle. This is what we need here. We need to line it up in the middle somehow. I guess we could add a node 3D center point. Does that really help me, though? Is that the actual center point? Kind of seems like it. I'm just eyeballing it. I mean, that looks like it. Looks like it's passing to that point. We're close. Okay, we're going to call that good for now. Zero. We'll do -2 z -2. Here we will do 0 0 2, and then I guess here we can do 2 -2. And then 1. Here, 2, 2, 1. Then here needs to be -2, -2, 1. -2, 2, 1. Not quite. What am I doing here? Okay. There we go. Okay, we have this at least. Okay. A little good for now, I'm dead. Yep. Okay, we've got something here. I'm just going to leave it as is, except for all of these connection points. So Ooh, the wall thing. We're going to call this left connection 60. Actually, you know what? Now we go to local. This might work. This is going to take a lot of playing around with, and I can guarantee you I'm not going to get it right. Back connection needs to be deleted. Oh, no. Did I just take... Wait, no. Okay. That's good. Okay, that's good. Nope, that doesn't work. Let's restart our music. Man, this is where things get difficult. Okay, I think that works. Right connection. Okay, this accepts foundation. Foundation, foundation, foundation. Wall, wall, wall. Now, I know things aren't going to line up because we're going to be placing, we're going to have another one, another connection that just accepts triangle foundations. Or we just use the wall one. Always have it pushed out that way. That could be a thing. We'll try this first. So did this reset all of this stuff? This is some tedious work. Okay, that should work. Connections and all this go away. Okay, and then we go here. Perfect. Well, I couldn't copy paste all of them, right? Because they all have different values. I wouldn't want them all to, or I guess just copy paste the nodes, because that's kind of what I did, is I just duplicated it, but that for some reason didn't carry over. Not really sure why. This can be deleted. Okay, so this is our preview. We can go to our player. Save that. This needs to be a preview. This also needs to be, need to attach the preview script. Base preview. Then we go here and we duplicate this. Yeah, see, there's just so much to add a new component. Goodness sakes. Need to put this on the build UI. Okay. Okay. So you can't place it, and as you can see, it's not doing what it should, because it should be snapping to the edge of this. Maybe we do just do the wall one. It's 3D like in 2D where you throw graphic stuff in process or something to offload to GPU. There's stuff that you do that with. I mean, there's a lot of things that I'm doing with GPU, like with shaders and stuff. But I'm not sure about throwing it in process necessarily. Oh, looks like we have an ad going. Okay. I think we go to floor here. Let's go to ChatGPT. I have a triangle foundation with the same length side as a square foundation. It's equilateral. What will the distance be from the center point of the triangle to the center point of the square if the side, if they are aligned with one side connected. GUI shader thing, or do you code your own shader? I mostly have just done my own. I haven't done like a... Yeah. I haven't done visual shaders, really. Lunch, what's up? Trying to make a Pico 8 game. It's like slamming my sack in the door. Can't imagine this now that I have some perspective. I mean, I'm having a tough time with these triangles, having to think of how to do it. Centroid of the channel to the center. Okay. Flat on the same axis. One perfectly touching. Okay. .7887. S is the side length. Okay. Do it for 4 foot side length. You don't need to show your work. Okay, 3.1548. So it's basically pi. Okay. 3.15. We're just going to approximate these. Whoops. 4. 3.15. Okay. Negative 3.15. Papa Phantom, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. How you doing? What's good, guys? Representing from the official r/indie games crew, scoping out some cool Twitch devs. Oh, nice. We're chilling, working on our build system, which is going to be quite the thing because as it stands right now, I only have square foundations that you can place, which is pretty... It's working well, but the moment I'm starting to add in some... Yeah, let me get these debug shapes out of here. The moment I try to add in triangles and suddenly I have to do math. And now it's getting scary, you know. So I've got like... Actually, let me see if it's how broken it is. Okay, it's still like that. It's still trying to connect to those foundations. That's fine for now. Fix that. Yeah, for square stuff, easy. We're basically just need to keep adding components, but man, it's going to be tough when we end up having to do... Well, triangle ceilings, once we have foundations figured out, that'll be okay. But man, it is slightly breaking my brain. But the fact that I could get this working tells me that I can probably get the rest of it working. I do want to have this done fairly soon, so then I don't have to focus on the building side as much. Man, it is really fun just running around building stuff. You said 4 feet, it's 4 meters. Doesn't change anything. I just said 4 feet, but that's sick though. I love the sounds, actually. Thanks. Yeah, the sound is literally me just doing this. With my guitar, I just went and then pitch shift it. I have some placeholder sounds from like freesounds.org, but I'm gonna try to pull them out and just make my own, I guess. We'll see how it goes, but the deconstruct animation, yeah. Building and smashing, yeah. So I've been working on this for like 8 or 9 days, figuring out what my system's gonna be. Having a little bit of feedback like this, it's still a little jank because it like kind of sits there. Oh, I deleted the ceiling lamp. Kind of floats. There's no stability right now, so when you delete the whole bottom floor or something, the rest of it remains there. But that is, this is prototype phase, so we can deal with floating buildings right now. Genius sound design there, right, man? Right there, man. Thank you. Very creative use of what you have lying around. Yeah. Just prototyping, I actually do think, like, especially since I do such a low poly style, a lot of the sounds, they can be a little bit, like, I think I can get a little creative with it because I'm not trying to go for, realism in here. Oh, we're going to have a floating ceiling lamp. There we go. So you can delete them. There's no animation with it. I just have these ceiling lamps in here because I want to be able to light up the houses when I build them. But eventually I'm going to make it so you just place an item. It's not like a building component, but that's way better than just having stuff fall apart into particles. I dig that a lot. It's surprising because, I'm just using CSG boxes. Like, these are literally just CSG boxes with noise pattern on them, which I don't know anything about texturing, so this is, like, literally the first time I've even tried to do anything. But it gives it a wood grain look, and then I'm just in Godot animating it because I didn't feel like having to build from Blender and then export it like I've been doing with the other stuff. But it works so well that I think I'm just going to keep it like that. Right now, the main systems I'm working on for this game is the building system and then the survival aspect of cutting down trees and stuff, which is still a little bit, janky right now. Like I said, I've only been working on this project for like a week and a half, maybe a little longer. But it'll get there at some point. We do have... Oh, actually, because we removed that foundation. Okay. So the hard thing that we're trying to figure out now is how do we get these... I can't actually place them yet. I haven't built that in. To align properly. I think I know what to do there. Wait, we got to rotate them by 60. Oh, I actually don't know how we're going to do this. But we will get there eventually. We bang our heads against walls until it works. All vanilla Godot. I'm using some plugins, so I don't know how to do terrain stuff, so I'm just using Terrain 3D and Sky 3D for my like height map sort of deal. Because I've never worked with terrain really. These far off things are literally just placeholders to give me some vibe. I just generated them in Blender and scaled them up like crazy. So the far mountains are just a Blender file. And then the sky is out of the box Sky 3D. I haven't really changed anything. So those two plugins, they do a lot of heavy lifting in making it look better. I'll show you what project. So I was working on a different project. This one here, and then I decided to change it into a survival game. So it was going to be kind of a puzzle game. But I'll show you what I was kind of working with to begin with, and then I'm going to start pulling elements from this game. You can see the trees are the same. I'm using the same terrain and all that. But this was the original puzzle game that I was working on a few months ago. Then I was like, I didn't actually build any puzzles or anything. I was just trying to kind of get the vibe down, the look. I do like exclusively 2D stuff myself, so that's all way out of my head. I'm a pixel artist by trade. Yeah, I started with 2D, but honestly, to me, 3D is so much easier. Pixel art I can sort of do, but to me it's way harder. So I have a lot of respect for the 2D pixel artists, because man, also drawing different, like 8-directional movement, that type of thing, even 4-directional, it can be kind of crazy. It's just, to me, it's hard. So I like doing the low poly blender stuff. By the way, this is our my walking mountain. Oh, it's going dark. You'll see in a sec, though. These are the boys that you can get up on top of them and tell them where to go. They're basically a big rock troll with legs, like. But this is where I got the idea that I should switch it to a survival game, because I was thinking I need to take these guys and make it so you can build a base on top of them. So that's going to be the gameplay loop, is you build a base on the ground, that's like your main base, but then you also have these walking mountain bases where you can kind of just ride around, do your further excursions and stuff. Yeah. Been a pixel artist since 2009, definitely a career path. Yeah. It's tough. I don't know. I never really did it for long enough to get the hang of it. Walking mountain, yeah. I really like I had this other creature that was like we call them grass bros, but they are little clumps of dirt with grass on them that kind of scuttle around. And this was my next idea, was to do these big, just giant like boulders that walk around. You can see another one out there in the distance. But then I was thinking, this is the perfect opportunity to make a survival game, because man, imagine having a base on top, and then it's kind of your mobile base, and then when you need to, you can either rappel down, or you can tell them to burrow again, and then you can kind of jump off, go around, collect resources, that type of thing, and they just kind of chill there, wait for you. Some legs, yes. This is another one. This is a wild one, so he doesn't have a platform on top of his head. But he's just out here living his best life, I didn't really spend much time on like animation and stuff. I don't really feel the need to go too crazy with it, considering the look of the game and stuff. But that's why I like low poly with Blender, because I can just build stuff that looks pretty good really fast. We'll see if he burrows down. Oh. I do love these guys, though. So I can't wait to pull them into my current game and start doing the base building on top of them. It was kind of a process to get these guys to work, because for you to stand on top of them while they're moving is kind of tricky, because you always fly off. And so I had to do like this thing where I have 2 separate character controllers, one that takes over when you're on top of one of those that's like parented to it, stuff like that. Reminds me of an episode of the Enna series on YouTube. If you like wild and weird mixed media stuff, I recommend it. Okay. Yeah, I know what I want to do is stuff that's just like a little bit weird. Like in my other game, I have another project that I was working on that was just going to be too big of a project. So I ended up moving on. but it was like a jungle sci-fi game, and I wanted all of the creatures to just be strange, which is where like the grass creatures came from, where they're basically like literally a tuft of grass in a dirt clod, and they walk around, which I now realize is just one of these guys scaled way down. But we'll see if he burrows. The animation isn't that great, but every once in a while they burrow. Come on, buddy. I also got to figure out what these guys do. Like, what's their loop, you know? Do they need to get food? Or are they just hanging out? Where is he going? Okay, there we go. Come on, burrow. Nope, he doesn't feel like it. He just wants to walk around. I love getting weird with world design. My current project has the player cultivating man-eating plants, and the designs on the mutations get pretty wacky. Ooh, okay. So is it like you're gardening them basically, like, and then mutating them? Come on, just burrow. I'll show the other creatures that were, whoops. That I had in the other game that I might pull some elements from as well. The game is titled My Vicious Garden. Ooh, okay. Would it... I'm kind of imagining a tower defense style. Yeah, so this was the original one that I was working on. Which is like sci-fi jungle RPG, but of course way too big of a project to really try to do. Where's the creatures I need to find? Over here. And these are my grass bros. Just extremely simple design. Like, animation is very basic. But they just kind of move around, and then you hit them, and they burrow down into the ground. And then if you back up a bit, then they come back because they feel safe. And they'll move around. Oh, big frame drops. Yeah, those guys, and then also the creatures over here. I definitely want to pull in because I feel like these guys would look sick in the woods at night. As they waddle around. And also these little, like firefly thingies. Little swarms that go around. I could bring those in too. Yeah, but we'll figure out what to do with creatures and stuff later because right now I've got a lot. I've got a lot to do just with the building system and stuff. Nail on the head for part of it. The game has two primary gameplay loops: Metroidvania exploration. Oh, okay. Based boss fighter on one hand, and an automation base building style farm game with nightly tower defense segments in the cycle. Okay. Is it like bouncing back and forth, or are these happening at the same time? Use the plants you grow as both defense for the garden and weapons exploration items. Ooh, that's sick. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. Okay, so we have this. Oh no, did this get reset? It did. Okay, that actually works pretty good there. Okay. Okay, now let's ask ChatGPT. Okay, do the same thing, but for two equilateral triangles with their sides aligned, no square. Side length 4. Whoops. Trying to figure out the distance that these things need to be away from each other, these connection points. .3. Okay. So we will need to do another foundation thing that is just for triangles. Which this is at 3.25. I think it should actually be 3.14. But we will figure that out later. Wood floor. Okay, now we need to do our signal when we change over. Okay, that, and then build preview needs to match that. Then in connection. I think we do this. It's been my passion project for years now. We've got like 24K lines of dialogue. Dang. Okay. 83 NPCs, which is about 3/4 of that romanceable. And we've had to rip out and restart the programming at least twice due to changing programmers or systems now. Yeah. Labor of love and all that. Yeah. I've been doing game development basically solo for like I guess maybe a year and a half. I had some programming experience before that, but I haven't actually like worked with a team, which I think is nice because it allows me to just learn and experiment on my own. I could definitely see how nice it would be to be like, hey, someone else either someone who's better than me at programming, please build this thing, you know. But I could also see, like you said, if you have a change of programmer or something. I need to change that to okay. Ooh, look at that. Okay. It now aligns. Let's go to the hammer. You get wood triangle floor up in here. We'll see what else breaks here. Fade, what's up? Been watching your videos for a while now. I'm curious how you are achieving this drawn look effect with the outline on every texture or some clever engine trick. This is literally just a single shader that is really easy to install. Let me find it. Let me see if I can find it right here. It's just one thing, and all it does is it checks the depth and then sees if there should be a line drawn. And it works pretty well. You do have to fine-tune it a bit, but it's just these 5 steps plus adding the shader code. Really nice, because I was initially thinking I was going to have to put an outline material like on all of my objects. But this just looks and sees, like, is there an edge there? If so, is it within a certain range? Okay, then draw a line. Really nice. Oh, my Lord, thank you. Yeah, it's great. And it works, you know, this is obviously for Godot, but definitely use this. It's great. You can find it on godotshaders.com. High quality post-process outline. You're good to go. Okay, let's see where it breaks now. We are going to need to make sure that it is maybe rotatable? No, we don't want that. Okay, we still can't place it. That is because in our player... Is it current tool? No. Player script. This is not really where we should have this, but... Like I said, this is just not a good system right now. Mainly because I have to change so many things everywhere. Are you kidding me? Oh. That's why. Delete this. Wait. Okay. So our freaking animation player was resetting it. That's why. Okay. Well, our team is small. I have a wife and kid and a day job, so time is always the enemy. Yeah. But I do the world building, art direction, most of the coding until we find a new Godot coder and general project management. I see. Okay. That kind of works. What? Ooh. Wait, why did that? Interesting. Oh, because it's the same looking that way. Okay. Let me try this. Uh-oh. That's going to be the other thing. Let's look at visible collision shapes. First, let's take a look at our wood floor. We have right triangle connection right there. One thing we could do is we could take our hitbox here. No. What are you doing? Okay. We're going to add a new collision shape. What am I missing here? Okay, now this is smaller. Will they still overlap? shouldn't. Why does that work? So interesting. That rotates it that way. Oh, it's just the position of those. Like the orientation, I think. Yeah, because that's rotated that way. Which one is that? Back? And then it signs it like that. Interesting. Oh, it does work. To just orient them like that. Okay. Now, the preview. We could fix our walls and ceilings like this too. Or our wall connections. So if I go to wood floor, I've got these front connection there. Back connection, good. Right connection. Keep these local coordinates on. Go like that. Left connection. Now let's see if that breaks our wall, because then we know that we don't need that 90-degree thing anymore. Yes, perfect. Which means our player, let's see here, build preview. Don't need to do this anymore. Wait, left triangle connection, right triangle. We don't need that anymore. Sick. This website is a whole new world for Godot graphics. Dude, for sure. Use the crap out of Godot shaders. It's nice. I mean, you want to learn this stuff yourself for sure anyway, but it's also nice to just pull things from people who already know how to do it. Like, especially when you're building your own games, because man, it's really hard to do everything yourself, you know? So pull from as many plugins, those types of things, just to get yourself off the ground. Okay. Wood ceiling. Let's do the same thing in local chords. We have a left connection. This needs to be rotated. Right connection. Rotated. Perfect. Now, wood floor triangle. That accepts wall. Oh, this is in local chords. Let's see how it works with walls and stuff. Accepts walls is on. Nice. We can do that. It actually lines up pretty dang good. This is huge. Oh, these are overlapping. Realizing all I might need to do, because this is disabling it. Wait, we should only disable it if it has a parent connection. Dude, we are finding stuff here. We are finding stuff. Okay. Area.connection. Wait, what does connection have? Wait, we already disable it. When we place something there. No, we still need to. Or do we need to? Let's try the non-disabling and see what breaks. Okay, this is peak ADHD here as I work on things that shouldn't. Nice. Okay, we can do both. That also means we can do that. That's what the issue was. You can continue to build. So we do need to disable one. Dude, it actually seems like it lines up pretty good. I mean, it might break if you build a ton of stuff. Look at all these connections. Holy cow. What if we do this? Each connection. Has component equals false. We'll do an export. Just, nah, we don't need that. Exported. Okay. Let me see if my logic here works. Oof. Oh, because it doesn't until we build it. Where's our add and disable? We'll see if this works. Nope. Maybe I'm disabling. Maybe worth looking into a hex-based grid. I think I'm close enough on this that I'm fine with it. I know I'll figure it out. Let me get my music back up. I know if I just stick it out, it'll all work. I just got to find the best system for making sure that the connections themselves cancel out correctly. Okay, is it because they are both being created too soon? Oh, whoops. We'll just do this for now. Try something like this. Doesn't work yet. Okay. Now let me try at least walls on my triangle stuff. Nothing yet. These all have they all have overlap, so maybe they are throwing things off that way. Oh, there's a wall. They just need to be aligned properly. What's happening here? Is it breaking with my other walls too? Okay, it is. These rotations are kind of strange. Oh, we have an ad break starting in 37 seconds, just a heads up. Okay, so that's trying to rotate it. Ah. Ooh, okay. So that went the correct way. This one went across like that. But the preview isn't rotating correctly. Because I think it's because it's still rotating it by 90 degrees. Oh, nope, that still went the exact same way. Okay, that went fine. Is this slightly misaligned or no? Didn't even rotate the correct thing. That's why. I think. Okay, there we go. Nice, big. Now we just need the previews. Global rotation. So we do need this. But we just don't need this. Perfect. Oh, now we got more overlapping stuff. Things being disconnected. Which means we will need a wood ceiling connection. We will work on that next. Wood triangle. Let's take this collision shape. Copy. Add child node. CSG polygon. How do I do this? Maybe we just do this. For now, that'll work. Just to make it look good or look better. It's not amazing, but Okay, now we can do that not work? Ceiling? Okay. Okay, this one just has walls that you can put on it. Oh, shoot. We do need all these. They're just going to accept ceiling. Wood triangle floor is going to accept triangle foundation. Okay. There's a lot going on. We need to do preview. Shaders, go shader. Preview, go here, grab this. Okay, now back to here. We go back to here. We say this is not a floor, this is a base preview. Okay, and then we go back over to our build UI. We duplicate this, call it triangle ceiling, disconnect. Okay, we got that. We go to the hammer. Triangle ceiling. Hey, Jay Jupiter. Thank you for the raid, man. Appreciate it. How you doing? Okay, let's see what breaks so then we know. Okay, handle update connections. Key build UI on object nil. My computer is getting destroyed. Okay, what is this? Username that is good. What's up, man? Good to see you again. How's it going? It's going all right. Good. What are you working on with the building? I mean, yeah. So we're building triangle stuff now. Okay, it breaks. Build UI on type object nil. What is happening? And Noel, what's up? Something is breaking. Why is build UI null? I think we reload and see what happens. Forgot to follow last time, I think. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. We have it like partially working, but there's just some. Okay, let me think through this again. If I run it and it breaks now, build UI update connections. So it's just not ready yet. Why is that happening now? Have a great streaming night. Hey, take it easy, Jay. I appreciate you raiding in. Good to see you. Have a good one. Rest up. We should do, wait, triangle. Accepts. Oh, this should be accepts. Ceiling. Okay, something. Every time I do this, it also just absolutely blows away my. Yeah, my entire computer suddenly is just like going crazy at the moment. I try to run it. So build UI.update connections. Something is being broken. Why is there no errors here if this is all... Can only assume that your build UI is running before the player. Yeah, that's the weird thing. Or my connection is. Because this is where it's breaking. It's trying to find the player var build UI update connections to connect. Let me try something. What if I do an await? Is it like this? Can never remember. I never use these. Let's see if it breaks here. Oh, wow. Look at... Oh, strange. I wonder if that was that. No, why? Still breaking on that. So what was that weird collision thing? Like this, I'm knocking stuff around. I have like a bunch of connection. It's like I have a triangle attached to me. Wait a second. Wait, why do I have this thing connected to me? My preview still has all of these things. Ah, goodness sakes. Okay. Triangle ceiling has everything it needs. Ceiling preview, goodness sakes. See, this is why it's so annoying using this system. Because none of these things should be here. There shouldn't be any front connections or animation players. So because I have that scene attached to the player, then it was trying to load all of that stuff in the connection before the player even existed, because it's part of the player. Like, Pixel Dust, what's up? Okay, these are the bugs that make this system really not that great, because there's so many things to remember to do. Okay, so triangle foundation still needs to have its own triangle foundation, because this doesn't line up. Oh. Which means we will need, like here we have triangle foundation attachments. Let's also do our walls. Oh, we need that for the ceiling. Wood triangle floor has its regular attachments. Now we need to take all of these. Triangle connection. So, back to our ChatGPT where it told us the distance, 2.31. Okay, 2.31. All of these need to be changed to just foundations. Nope. No, it needs to be a lot further up. How do I do this? How do I math this out? Okay, so this is where it's supposed to go. -2.38. -1. -2.38. No, 2.038. I truly have no idea what I'm doing here. We're going to use this as a tool to build. Okay. I mean, that's pretty dang close right there. It's looking like it's working. Close enough, at least. It's gonna do this again. Okay, that means we go back to our wood floor. I think this will work. Yeah. Accepts triangle ceiling equals true. Okay. So now wood ceiling needs these connections. Seems all off because of this weirdness, but apparently not. Also, our wood wall. Rather than 2, it's 3.1548. So 1.1548. One 548. Okay, let's try this. See what breaks again. Okay, you can't place it. Oh, oh, that was ceiling. Dang. You also should not be able to place like that. Also, these should be rotated accordingly. Okay, let's try it again. Can't seem to place. Oh, because in the player, we have this whole spot. Okay, it looks like it was just that. There we go. Oh. It still has this static body. This shape needs to be something like that. Now, there's going to be issues. Yeah, we need to figure out these overlapping things. But otherwise, things are kind of working. Now, as you build bigger and bigger bases, I'm sure I've got some of the alignments off. And so, you know. Oh, also, you can't place a triangle yet, just by itself. Oh, and then there's some weirdness. Okay. Wood triangle floor. There we go. A lot of Z fighting around here because everything's crowding each other out. But like that looks like it's actually working a bit. We just need to make them look a lot better. And also do some animations for them. So let's do that now. Okay, that looks pretty decent. Okay, that looks pretty good. Uh-oh. These are all being disabled. Oh, and these need to be adjusted. Okay, wood ceiling. Goodness sakes. Everything is breaking, but we are still making progress, so. Okay, that's now fixed. Still able to do that one. Oh, this is bad. So ceiling definitely needs to be fixed. That is not going through the center point. I think it needs to, too, right? Okay, what is this? $2.31. How do I get the distance from the center? They're all weird. Left hitbox being weird. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? These ones are perfectly placed. Also, that now doesn't work. Probably because this one is misaligned. Oh, it's because I'm trying to attach to that instead of the ceiling. So the wood, ceiling. Copy all of these, go to wood ceiling. Why does it work there but not on the ceilings? Right? So left triangle connection. I'm just going to do this for now. Okay, let's try this, see if I can at least place one. Okay, nice. Now I can do this. And now I can see that that is wrong. Why? Wait a second. Is that literally it?
What the hell is even that?
Hey, RCB, what's up? How you doing, man? Oh, and these front floor ones were doing it. Ah. I think it was just my connections. Yep. No way, dude. Bro, I think we're there now. I think we have it. Can't put a stairway there, that's fine. Window, can that work? Looks like it. Okay, let's go ahead and just build the whole thing and see what happens. Now, there's still some weird overlap stuff that you can do with the builds. Don't really care about that right now. I'm just happy that things are working. Let's say you build something like this, and then you're like, we really need a Rust-style airlock. So we go doorway, blip, do walls. We do some ceilings. We do a stairway. Do more walls up here to the shooting floor. Doorway, we don't have a double doorway yet, so we do a triangle ceiling here. We throw a, ceiling lamp or two down. Make it look nice. Get up here. Now we have our shooting floor. Ceiling. Oh, we need a triangle ceiling on top of those as well. So we just need to add that on top of doorways and ceilings. This is getting pretty dang close, though. Okay, wood wall. Take wall, triangle, ceiling 1, 2, copy. Go to wood door, or wood window first. Paste. Go to wood door. Paste. Triangle pieces, yeah. Oh. See, that's one of those things. You can do a bunch of overlap. Funnily enough, you can't place one there, though. Yeah, so there's some weird, funky stuff that you can get into. We don't have any animations for that, but that's awesome. Thanks. Yeah, it's coming together. Interesting. Why are all of these turned off? Only one of these should be disabled. So they must all be disabling each other because they're too big, I think. Wood wall. Now, where was the other one? Wood window? Let's try this. Oh, whoops. That's another bug. Look at this, though. Pretty nice. A lot of Z fighting here, but I think it will add graphics so it's not just the name of the piece. Yes. I want to do some sort of icon. Man, I'm a big fan of this. Okay, we got a ton done. I do have to go, but man, we made some progress. Huge progress. I will find someone to raid. I'm very happy with this. It was broken and confusing, but I think we're close enough to where we can tweak things and get things better. It'll work. Okay, we're gonna raid Jitsbo. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Appreciate you. Jay Jupiter, thank you for the raid. RCB, good to see you, brother. End Knoll, thank you for being here as well. Papa Phantom, thank you for stopping by, hanging out for a bit. Renegade Zed, Lunch, of course. Kurd, Mars, Caveman Crafting, Asteron, peace out. Hope you all have a good one. Nice work on the game, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. It's been a big learning experience. It's been fun. Fade in the YouTube chat as well as Pixel Dust. Yeah, thank you all for being here. I will see you all next time. And yeah, peace. And for those of you in the YouTube